Now this is where things are starting to get interesting, because now we have kind of the culmination of all the stuff we've been talking about so far on this cougar path, and the prior one, I think. So what we have is standard form of a line, ax plus by equals c, but instead of an equal sign, we have an inequality sign. So what we need to do is we need to use that cover-up method that we talked about earlier. Like if we cover up 6y, we're going to do 3x equals negative 12. Now, notice I'm writing equals. I'm doing that on purpose because I'm just plotting for points right now. Once it's time to actually graph it, we're going to be a little bit more precise with that inequality and how to deal with it. So when I divide through by 3, my x equals negative 4. So that means that my x-intercept is at negative 4. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to instead this time cover up 3x. So 6y is going to equal negative 12. Divide by 6, and y is going to equal negative 2. So our y-intercept is at negative 2. So you guys can probably visualize where that line is going to go. But don't do anything yet, because what we have here is an inequality sign. And it's important to note if we have a less than or greater than, or if we have a less than equal to or greater than equal to, because things are going to change. So since we have the top ones right here, we are going to make sure that we use a dotted line to draw our graph. And the reason why is because it's going to either be all of the values below this graph or all of the values above it, but not any of the values on the line. And if I had a straight edge, I would be using it right now because it really needs it. Anyway, dotted line, same thing as an open circle like we talked about earlier. So the way that I like to deal with an inequality, because you never know when you're going to be secretly dealing with positives, negatives, dividing, whatever, I like to pick a point. And whenever possible, I like to pick the point 0, 0. And I like to ask myself, is 0, 0 a solution to this inequality? And if I plugged in 0, 0, what I'd end up with is negative 12 greater than, and if I plugged in 0 and 0, it's 0. So is negative 12 greater than 0? No, absolutely it's not. So 0, 0 is not one of my solutions, which means that this entire top side of the line is not one of the solutions. Nothing over there is a solution. It's all going to be underneath the line. So I'm going to shade under the line to show that all of my values are going to lie in that section.